Hi guys. So I said that I would challenge myself and film different episodes, and right now I'm extremely anxious. I just got off of work a little bit ago. I am very anxious right now. I cannot stop focusing on what I wasn't able to get done tonight because there is a list of things that I have to do in the kitchen in order to close down. And some of the things are things that I have put on the list myself, and so it's self-imposed. Some of it is stuff that has to be done per the boss or whatever. And I have I have a really hard time with not completing tasks that I have set in my mind I have to do. So tomorrow morning when first shift comes in, there's going to be a mess to clean up. Not a big one, but it's something that shouldn't be on them to do. But I wasn't able to do it tonight because I didn't have the proper tools to clean. I didn't have the proper tools to clean with. And so right now, all I really want to do is cry. My chest is tight. I have to force myself to breathe. And if I focus on it too much, too long, I would need a brown paper bag because I would start to hyperventilate. I'm sorry. I would start to hyperventilate, and typically there's crying involved because I can't breathe and it scares me. And right now I am struggling very hard to just not worry about it because I take pride in my job. I really enjoy the job that I have. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the customers. I work in a kitchen. It's a little pizzeria, tiny, that's attached to a little mart, like a grocery type mart. And our customers are really cool, but I have a certain level of expectation for myself, and I wasn't able to meet that tonight for the first time pretty much since I started 6 or 7 months ago. And I'm sorry, hold on. Pandora, get down. Get down. Thank you. Fuck. I have expectations I have set for myself, and I didn't meet them tonight, and it bothers me, and I don't know how to not fixate on the shortcomings, because to me the shortcomings translate to failures. I didn't complete a very specific required task. I wasn't able to prep. There's no lettuce, there's no tomatoes, there's hardly any onions left for tomorrow. Like, I know it's little, and I know it's not a big deal, and I know that a rational person would say, don't worry about it, doesn't happen very often, you do what you can, and it's okay. Because that's what I would say to somebody if they were upset the way that I am about tonight. But in my mind, because of my anxiety, I can't stop fixating on it. I can't let it go. And I'm just so worried about what the first shift woman is going to say tomorrow and how upset she's going to be. And I know she will be because of the type of person she is, and that's fine. But at the same time, it's not, because it exacerbates certain things within me. And so instead of, hearing from her later that it's not a big deal, there will probably be a comment made or something said, and I'll have to go with it, and I'll have to be calm, cool, and collected about it. And I will be, because that's what I do, and it'll be done and it'll be over. But right now, sitting here, it's not done. It's not over. There's a mess that I left. There's no prep work. There's not enough prep work. And I don't know how to accept the fact that I'm human. And I wasn't able to get to everything tonight because we stayed steady and busy. And I had to cut lettuce as we went. I cut tomatoes as we went. I almost had to cut onions. As we were going, I had to slice ham. Well, Kev sliced ham for me so that I could keep working on orders. Like, there's a lot that I put on myself because of my anxiety, and another person would probably not think this is a big deal, but to me this is a big deal, and I don't know how to let it go. So I'm trying to be mindful. I'm trying to allow myself to accept that there's not much else I can do. There's nothing else I can do tonight. But it's so overwhelming how much I didn't get done what I wanted to get done tonight. And there's no way to express that tomorrow. And Gamora, the animals are trying to take over the house. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Gamora out of her crate. I'm going to go lay down for the night. I'm going to cuddle with my dog because she always makes me feel better. And I'm going to listen to music that makes me feel better, which tonight is probably going to be Rising Appalachia, some Trevor Hall, some Nako and Medicine for the People, and I'm just gonna make room for the fact that I fell short tonight, and I'm going to do my best to not let it affect how I proceed in the future. And I'm gonna do my best to work through it. I might journal tonight. I kind of feel like that might help, but I don't know. I'm anxious, and I'm doing the best I can, and that's what we have to make space for with mental health. And I don't really know what else to say, so I'm gonna leave it there. As far as that's concerned, but for the rest of it, to try and address the people that are watching this that might not have anxiety, please try and make space for those of us that do have anxiety, because it's very hard to admit that we're anxious and be present with it and mindful with it when it's very sudden and overwhelming and there's not much we can do about it. And to a degree, we recognize that it might not be entirely rational that we're being anxious, or that, you know, our symptoms are showing, like the having trouble breathing, the fixating, the crying in some cases. And there's other ways that anxiety presents itself. This is just what's going on with me tonight, so I'm addressing that. If you don't have anxiety and you think, oh my gosh, this is a lot, like, wow, why, it's not that big of a deal. Well, that's what you need to make room for, is because for me, this is a big deal. For me, I let myself down and I can't make it right necessarily. And that bothers me. So I would recommend that if you have someone in your life that does get anxious, ask them, you know, what can I do for you? Do you need anything? Please, please, please don't say, don't worry about it. Oh, it's not a big deal. Things that are belittling kind of exacerbate it, because then it turns into, for me anyways, it turns into, oh my God, I'm being anxious. They think I'm being obnoxious. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And it exacerbates. So try and be mindful and ask questions that are open-ended. Do you need anything? Can I help? Is there something that you want to talk about? I'm starting to calm down a little bit. So what I would also recommend is that if that person that you're asking what you can do for them is make that space for them when they answer you and give you something specific that they need. Please give them that. As long as it's safe and it's healthy for everybody involved, please do that. If they say, I don't know, tell them that's okay. And that if they think of anything, that you'll help them. If you can't, or something along those lines. It really helps for me. Typically, if I'm anxious like this and it's something I can't address or can't change, and I just have to figure out how to let it go, I do better if I can sit with someone and just kind of like watch a movie or a TV show that I like, or sit there and bullshit and tell jokes and kind of use laughter as medicine. Tonight I don't have that, so like I said earlier, I'm going to listen to music that makes me feel good. I can literally feel myself calming down. My heart rate's starting to come back to normal. My breath isn't as labored. My chest is starting to loosen up. And that's how anxiety is. It hits and then it eventually will abate. But I know I'm going to be thinking about it and obsessing over it for probably the next hour while I listen to music and try and refocus. If you have any questions about anxiety or anything at all, feel free to leave a comment. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. If you have a video suggestion, let me hear it. If you liked what I've been doing, please go ahead and subscribe. And thank you for listening, and have a good night.